So yep, just tell us a bit more about yourself and who you are.
Okay, I'm Amy. Um, I'm a lawyer now, practicing in KL
Yep.
in my own law firm. I have two kids, Ryan and Samantha, 19 and 9.
When were you in Melbourne Uni?
I was studying in Melbourne University in 1983, and I came home to Malaysia in 1987.
Okay, so were you at OCF Parkville?
Yes, I was at OCF Parkville at that time.
So yep, so I'm pretty sure you've been to many conventions during your time.
Yes, of course I have, yeah.
So just briefly describe your convention experience.
Alright, I think I regret not going for all the conventions. I was there from 83 to 87, but I only attended the last 2 years that I was in Melbourne, which was the one in Brisbane
Okay.
and the one in Melbourne, which was fantastic actually. The Brisbane convention was very good. We went there early to just do some bit of sightseeing. But what was the best experience in Brisbane, I think, was meeting up with OCFers from the different OCF centres throughout Australia.
Yeah. And how was the Melbourne experience?
Alright, Melbourne was a sort of a working conference for me because I was in the committee. But I enjoyed it as well because I was working with people from different OCF centres, which we hardly ever meet. And also the experience and the exposure to the speakers that we had was just wonderful for me.
Yeah. Okay. What was your most memorable highlight of either of the conventions you were at?
I think the most memorable highlight would be meeting new friends.
Okay.
And friends who are friends even to this day, even after coming back to Malaysia. Although it's more than 30 years, 25 to 30 years ago.
Yeah. Was there anything that stuck with you from any of the conventions? Like any particular teaching, any sermon you heard?
I think one of the speakers of the convention, the Melbourne one, was Oswald Sanders, and we got him for that convention, and he spoke on running the race.
Okay.
And that stuck with me because Christian life is running the race.
Yep.
Whether we are in Australia or coming back home to Malaysia, and how well will we run this race? Is it only for the time that we are in Australia? How well will we run this race in Malaysia? With the things that are happening around us. So his sermon stuck with me to run the race and finish well.
So yeah, with the running the race lesson you have learned, would you say that you have applied that in your life ever since, and that it was something that benefited you?
Yes, it has. Well, I try to apply it. Sometimes I forget when you get difficulties or you are in difficult situations. But the words always stayed with me, especially what Apostle Sanders said from the Word of God about finishing the race we have here on earth well before we go to heaven. And I've been able to apply it in the different circumstances in my life.
And coming back to like the point you made earlier, where you've made many friendships for life there, how would you say that would have blessed you in any way? Have those friendships maybe opened doors for you, perhaps in career or in church or anything like that?
Okay. I think friends, to me, I count as my most valuable asset from convention days. Why do I say that? Because in life, so many things can happen. And for me especially, when I went through a rough patch in this life, when my husband was ill and he passed away, during that time when he was undergoing illness, it was OCFers who rallied around us, who came to visit us, who prayed for us, who blessed us not only with their presence and their prayers, but who blessed us with just being available and being there for us any time of the day. So friends, to me that I made, especially in OCF, we are still friends today. We still call each other. We still meet up, although it's 25 to 30 years since we left our studies in Australia.
Yeah. So if there's one thing you could say to the current batch of OCFers to encourage them to go for OCF convention, what will it be?
Okay, I would say attend each and every convention that you can while you're in Australia. For me, I attended 2 out of the 5 conventions while I was there. And looking back, I think I regret not attending each and every one, because the things that I learned from the convention and the friends that I made are just the most valuable lessons and assets that I have now. So, go for everyone, even though you may have to sacrifice the summer holidays or work. Just go, because it's something that you will look back, especially when you think of the best time in your life is the university time.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Joey.